Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Um, so I just wanted to do pause before I do the next set of zodiac signs I was gonna do. Yeah, I just wanted to pause and say something really fast. Um, so I'm a Capricorn, right? And I've had a lot of changes. Well, yes, I've had a lot of changes, really drastic changes within the last 3 to 4 years. Okay, if you've been noticing a change about me, it is true. I have changed. Okay, so I actually had a physical death. I died and I came back as something else. Another spirit took over my body. So also I just wanted to say a couple of things with that. I'm gonna elaborate on that in a minute. But also, if you've been doing black magic, or if you've been doing magic, or if you have done magic on me and it's no longer working, this is the reason why. The spirit, whoever you're conjuring up, or I don't know where that spirit went to, that left out of me or was replaced. That spirit is somewhere else. I don't know, but you're calling upon that spirit. You're not calling upon my spirit or the spirit that I am embodying right now in my body, because I've already died. Now, this may scare you. Hopefully, it does, but this just should just scare you enough to do some research of your own. Okay. Um. So yeah. So I died or whatever. This is another reason why I'm able. See, I've always been tapped in with the spiritual realm and things like that, and my ancestors. But when I died, I was able to connect. I was able to connect with them, or I'm still able to connect with them in a spiritual world and connect to spirits that have crossed over in different entities or different other beings that are on different realms. Um, yeah, so that's why all of this stuff is not working. And I'm not saying that I can't. I'm aware of it that is going on, but it'll never touch me. Uh, One, because of my bloodline, my ancient bloodline. I have a really ancient bloodline. I come from one of the oldest lineages in the world. My maternal bloodline is L1. You should Google that. Google L1 haplogroup, or Google oldest lineages, oldest haplogroups in the world. What are the oldest haplogroups in the world? Anyway, so with that being said, uh, yeah, it's really ancient. So on my dad's side, it's really ancient too. It goes all the way back to Ramses, Pharaoh, the third Ramses. Um, anyway, so this is just some background about my DNA already as a person. Okay. Also, I have an extra female chromosome. I was born with an extra female chromosome. So I also have the genetics of uh, the very first being that God made. In the Bible it says God made man and woman. He made both of them basically together as one. Put them in one body. So it's a lot of, I don't know if it's, I think in the Hindu religion or something like that. I have to go back and double check, but I believe there's this being that has um, it's one being, but it's like two people in one. So it's like one side is a man and the other side is a female, which was the original, one of the original blueprints of or of the beings that God made to put here, right? So by me having an extra female chromosome, I have 47 chromosomes instead of 46, right? So it takes women to make women's chromosomes make up our two X's, okay? And only women can pass down X's. They can pass it to either child, whether it be male or female, okay? Now, what makes up a male is an X and a Y. Now, why? Now, while we still males still get their X's from their mother, chromosomes we're talking about, they get their Y's from their father. So this is distinctly what makes a male is their Y chromosomes, right? So only males have Y chromosomes. So even though both of the DNAs from the parents are collected or um, used or whatever, or yeah, used to make your DNA, it's like if you're not even if they produce a woman, the woman will never have her father's Y trait, if that makes sense. So anyway, make a long story short, it's a lot of ancient things going on with me as far as my DNA, my bloodline, and as far as the new spiritual attachment that I have or whatever. So yeah, so another term for this is called kundalini, kundalini awakening, or shakti, or nakshatra. These are all Indian terms, but these are all the same energies of some sort of like it's like hidden energy. It's like energy that's laying dormant in your body or in your spine and your root chakra that is waiting to swim up. Like it's waiting to go. It's like hidden energy in a really in your root chakra that has to be released. So once you release this energy from your root chakra, which is down there by your gut or something like that, we're just gonna say that area. Once you release this, then the energy swims up in a snake like pattern, okay, and it goes up and it moves through your energy centers in your body, which are also called chakras. Okay, so we have 7 of them. So it'll just move. It'll move up. Now this can take years. It can take months, or it can take a while to happen. Okay, so apparently I have been going through this for a while, but never realized exactly it hadn't reached the top of my head. Okay, so once kundalini reaches the top of uh, your head explodes, or basically like you have it's almost like a nervous breakdown. But it's also has to do strictly with your nervous system and the way your brain interacts with the brain, with the signals, whatever it gets, however it operates. It has to do with your nervous system, okay? And make a long story short, there's several different ways that you can go through, have a kundalini experience. Mine was actually really, really bad, like super bad, like really bad, like bad to the point where I was screaming for like I had a point where I was just like in so much pain for months. But during this pain, it was like my body was highly magnetic or electric, so I couldn't wear jewelry. I couldn't wear anything that had metal in it, or I couldn't even wear my own crystals, nor could I wear or have them around me in my personal space. I could feel their energy shocking me or coming off of that. Nor could I be around any electronics. Okay, I don't know why this is significant, but it has something to do with magnetism and energy or something like that, or being in tune with your kundalini side. Okay, this all goes hand in hand. Okay, trust me. Make a long story short, this shit was so painful that yeah, I actually called out and I said I'd rather die than go through this, right? Mind you, when you are opening yourself up, or when you open up to energies, or if you're opening up to your spiritual side, or just to open up fully spiritually, you have to go through some type of an awakening. Okay, you have to. Usually the awakenings are painful or really super emotional. Okay, and they can last for years. So it's like, but once the kundalini reaches the top of your head, it's like it's clearing the energy out. So it's like your whole mindset, your whole body, everything is on a new schedule. It's a reprogram, we can say. And yeah, so that's what happened. So during that time, I was in so much pain. I cried out to, I would rather die, right? So literally, I went and laid down for 3 days straight. Seriously, my sister. Next thing I remember is my sister asking, "John, are you in there?" Because I had been in the same spot for 3 days, didn't move. I stayed there for 3 days, and I don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I work like I'm a hairstylist. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about that later. But I just didn't give a fuck. I actually felt like I died, and within those times, within that day frame, like those 3 days, I couldn't actually. I wasn't anything. I felt nothing. I felt nothing, nor did I feel like I was anything. I was in complete darkness, but it wasn't bad. It was just like complete darkness, and it was very super quiet, like no sounds, none, for like 3 days, right? Um, so when I did eventually get up or whatever, when my sister called out to me or whatever, while I was on the couch or whatever, I ended up getting up. Okay. Um, During that time, I just remember being highly electric, or like I was able to control electricity in a sense. I'm bullshit you not. I could raise my arms. Sometimes it'll still happen. I could raise my arms and or stretch, and the light would flicker or something like that. Or for a while, uh, I was going to people's houses, and their lights would flicker or something, and or like their clock would reset or something, like a digital clock, it would reset, or you know how you unplug a clock and it's blinking 12, so it would do that. um yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that whenever you connect to these spiritual beings and spirituality in itself, the higher that you go, the more it's going to be painful, the more it's going to hurt. That's what I had to realize. In order to be on God's level, or whoever whoever the highest white light is in your energy, in order to be on that level, you have to endure some sort of pain. You have to go through the same things they go through. So basically, if we're gonna break down someone that everybody knows or has heard of, Jesus, clearly, look at all that pain he went through, right? He went through so much pain, but then he ascended, right? So he's like an ascended master. So this is like some shit that I'm dealing with right now. Also, I've had many lifetimes. I've had many lifetimes. This is my last lifetime. I'm not coming back after this lifetime. Um, yeah, but yeah, just a little FYI for y'all that are out there dibbling and dabbling and black magic and trying to manifest things, and you're doing it the wrong way. Okay, magic starts with your heart. Like if you're in a bad space, that's all you're gonna get. It's just the law of attraction, basically. Basically, you need to realign your thoughts. Whoever this is, you need to realign your thoughts with more positivity and more manifestations of you speaking things in existence, instead of or speaking like you already have it. Like, thank the universe already for, even if you don't have it. This is the trick to magic. You have to manifest, speak it, and then leave it. Okay? Forget about it. Don't keep pondering on this shit. You have to, because and then after that, after you do that, you have to work. You have to put your work in and your effort in, right? And then by you doing that, and by you working, and by uh, you just working and not staying still, that's when everything manifests for you. Um, You have to wait for your results when you're manifesting. Don't just manifest all of this shit and just keep manifesting. No, you have to manifest, say what you have to say, wait, well, forget it, and then just wait. But in that meantime, don't be so stagnant to where you're not doing anything with your energy. You have to work, okay, or be more organized and write out your goals, and you have to get serious, right? So anyway, that's just a little information that I thought I should share, because a lot of people have told me that I've changed. And oh yeah, this is also what I was gonna say. When I was going through kundalini, like the pain was so bad in my hair that it sores grew in my scalp, right? These sores grew in my scalp, and I had really really long dreadlocks, okay. And the pain was so bad that it was affecting my dreadlocks on my left hand side, right? So I just decided to cut my dreadlocks off, right? So I cut them off because the pain was that bad, and I was like, I could still put them in. That's the mood I was in. I was like, okay, it's just hair, it'll grow back, but I could always put these back in, right? I'm more so worried about healing myself and my scalp. That shit was painful. So if you've seen me before, yes, I shaved half of my head because that shit was hurting. Okay, so that is why I have a new look as well too. It's not something that I decided for myself. This is just more so something that just came about because I was dealing with kundalini symptoms and things like that. That shit is so painful. But yeah, so that's why I have had my hair shaved. But yeah, I'll do another message. I probably do Capricorn next, since I'm a Capricorn, and this message is about me basically. So I hope the next message is not about me. I've been trying to avoid doing my energy or just Capricorn's energy because there's so much shit going on right now, and I really don't want to give too much of my information away. So um yeah, but thank y'all. I'll see y'all again.